Hi, I'm Brandon. I love the Chicken Sisters.
Hi, I'm Jax, and I like the Chicken Sisters.
Hey, I'm Dan, and I despise the Chicken Sisters, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hello.
Oh, boy.
How is everyone today?
Oh, man. So good. It's a Chicken Sisters Day. How could you not be good?
Big chicken.
Get a
Big
new chicken
day.
of the week. You
Oh,
get
my
chicken or
gosh.
fried, whatever that means.
Jax, what are you
Get to
hearing from the
see-
people about our reviews of the Chicken Sisters? I feel like you're always in the know about what the...
I'm feeling like the only thing that people like better than the show, The Chicken Sisters, is our reviews of
Yeah?
The Chicken Sisters.
Yeah.
Is that
what
the-
I'm,
I've heard
as
that a
word on the
bunch.
street is what I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
You hearing
for
from
sure.
any of the other actors that are like you get doing Lord's work?
No, I really need to get in there and see what Genevieve thinks because I have good things to say about her this week. So, girl, let's slide into each other's inboxes. Skylar and I have already been doing it. So, what up, Genevieve?
Okay.
That's right.
That's what I have to
Skylar.
say.
That's right. Have you been talking more to her?
I'm no, just a couple of DMs back and forth, but I'm finally pronouncing her name right thanks to you. So
Yeah.
we're already in a good place.
Schuyler?
Schweiler.
That's how
Schweiler.
Megamind tries to pronounce school there at the beginning. Shul?
Shout out to Megamind.
Yeah, doing the Lord's
No,
work
no.
over here.
It's like I've never seen Hamilton,
Yeah.
which is how they pronounce the Schuyler
The
sisters.
Schoolers.
but
Have
I
you
just
never
thought-
seen
yeah.
Hamilton?
I actually haven't.
What? God Almighty!
Why do you even live in New York?
I don't even
know,
know
right?
I don't even know what to say, Jax.
I've seen In the Heights numerous times.
I just feel somehow like it's personal, and I don't know why. But for someone that loves to go to plays and that lives in Manhattan, you've not seen Hamilton?
I was like, oh, same thing. I've never seen Book of Mormon. I was like, it'll
What?
be there whenever I want to see it. It'll be there.
But then you never see it.
I got to be honest.
You're exactly.
Book of Mormon's also fantastic. I don't have the adoration that I have for Hamilton for it, but as far as an experience goes, Book of Mormon's up there. I mean, it's great.
I did win lottery tickets, like $40 tickets to Book of Mormon about 8 years ago. And my mom and my sister were both in town at the time, and I gave them to them. And my mom, it was so funny. She
Oh,
was
I
like,
bet. Oh, my
that was
gosh.
one of the best nights of my life. And she's like, I don't want to make you feel bad, but I need to keep talking about how great it was. And I was like, no, that's it. Your joy is my joy.
But I mean-
you should ask her if you can go with her next
I
time.
feel like you have enough connections in New York that if you wanted to go see a play, you could go see a play.
Yes, I think I do like to spend my time going to see things that are a little bit edgier or supporting friends. And I don't know anyone in Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
It's not edgy
Book
enough.
of Mormon's not edgy enough for you, Jack?
It's not edgy enough.
So I mean like downtown gritty theater or like bringer
okay.
shows
All
for my
off
comedians.
Broadway.
You don't like Broadway.
You don't like Broadway. Jax
No,
does not
that's
like
not
Broadway.
true. That
That's
is
it.
not true.
what I heard
I would
here.
happily.
If it's not off Broadway in Florida somewhere, then are you really even acting?
Can I tell you my new theory is Jax hasn't seen any of the hits. She hasn't seen Phantom.
Have you seen
Cats.
Phantom?
No, don't answer it. Don't answer it. She hasn't seen Les Mis. She hasn't seen any of these. And she's just slowly letting us know over the course of like a 10-year friendship that she doesn't actually, as soon as it's popular, she won't go.
I do want to say two things that are true. I didn't see The Sound of Music at all, the movie, the musical, until 2 years ago when one of my students was in a high school production. And
That's the ideal way to
That's
see
how
it.
you need
is
to
in the,
see
with
it.
the high
Right?
school
Yeah,
productions.
for sure.
And I've never read, and this is after, 10 plus years of theater school, I've never read or seen Death of a Salesman.
Wow.
Yep. All right.
Seems to be a bedrock of that industry. My thing is that when it comes to movies and TV shows, I know that you've got some pretty big blind spots, and
Oh, yeah.
you're very open and honest about that. But in the theater, I'm just shocked by this. I'll tell you about that. I actually was thinking of you for something Hamilton related that I can't ask you to do now. Weirdly enough.
Don't
You were
don't
gonna
worry if
ask
you need
her
me to
do
if you need me to
something
do,
Hamilton related?
It's you know what I'm talking about if you'll think if you think a little bit, but we can't say it out loud right now. But yeah, or yes, well, or so We'll talk about it later.
If you need me for something, I can be off book in less than 24
I
hours.
know you are planning the all white Hamilton cast, but like
Right.
that's
Jax wanted to be edgy, so she's going to make the founding fathers white.
Ooh, no.
she's
no.
out. All right.
No. Ooh,
Can't say we
no.
didn't try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Can't say that. Shall we talk about the Chicken Sisters, episode 4?
Let's do it.
It originally aired on Hallmark Plus on the 26th. Am I saying that right?
Yes, 26th. That's
I
how you
never
say
know
that.
like how hard to go with the TH, you know? Like 20 is it 20 the 26th?
26th. That's all you got to say.
The 26th. The 26th. Or is it like it's the 26th?
Just, can you stop?
Has no one else thought about it?
I think you're going crazy.
Title's called Friends in Low Places.
I got friends in low.
In low places.
She
Did we
knows that.
sing this together?
Yeah,
did
we
we sing
should.
this together at
Did
Bramble
we?
Fest?
I think we
Wait, I
did.
thought we did.
We did.
We 100% did.
It was me and you and Rosner and
and Antonio.
and Antonio. What a group that
And-
was.
We did it some more. We had some other people chiming in too, and it was a lot of fun.
It was a ton of fun.
I'd do it again.
Yeah.
I was pretty
Let's
jealous.
do it again
I
next
was
July.
jealous you
Let's
guys
do it
did
again.
that without me.
Marathon.
Blame it all on
You guys
my
never
room.
want to sing with me. I always want
No,
to sing
but
with you.
you
You
and
guys never want
Caitlin
to
had
sing
such a
with me.
perfect
You had your own
duet.
plan.
You guys
get
never
your own
want-
plan and then act upset when we don't.
You
Do
guys
think
never invite me.
Do you think I planned the things I went on stage to sing at karaoke?
I know you did.
Oh
I've
my
seen you, I've
gosh.
seen your little black book.
Oh my goodness!
Am I using that right? Little black book? What a little thought like that. The episode kicks off with just go work on your all white Hamilton. It's fine. I am not throwing away my shot.
What did I miss?
It's a funny bit,
It's a funny
actually.
bit.
Though, if you think
For like Mad TV.
Yeah,
it's
for
not
Mad
funny,
TV.
but yeah.
The episode kicks off showing us all about Nancy.
Willing to wait for it.
Yes, I am. How she spent time being unsure about her life and how she just kind of stuffs all of her feelings down. She's been taught to stuff all her feelings down, and how much she loved it when Amanda finally came around. She finally had somebody that she could be like, felt like a friend to her. And Nancy loved Amanda, and Amanda loved Nancy. They were both happy, and all of that brings us
To this.
to Nancy catching Amanda kissing Sergio. Cut to May and Gus having another.
What is that us from the future? Future self, what are you doing? Have we gotten better at podcasting and producing yet? Answer me, future self.
And so I don't even know if they could hear it, to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure how the routing goes there. So Gus and May are having another argument. Gus says that she doesn't need May, and May comes clean about secretly sending her money all of these years. We then see Sabrina, who is shocked to find out that, one, her ex-husband is getting married to a 25-year-old, and two, that there is something in town called the drop, and it is a very big deal. It happens every year at a legging store in town. It's the drop of the new leggings
The new
line.
leggings, you and I are big, and yes,
We are
get it.
big.
Yeah,
we always go to the drop,
love
100%.
leggings.
And it is, quote unquote, the social event of the season.
social.
Nancy shows up at Franny's to get Amanda, and she's like, oh man, she's gonna be so mad at me. But Nancy just acts like nothing happens, and that's like almost worse for Amanda. Amanda's like, I wish she would just like tell me or talk to me about it. For some reason, every woman in town is very excited for the drop, and no one is like saying it. And Sabrina's like, I don't understand the whole deal here with the drop. I don't know why everybody's going nuts about it. But you know who else is also not excited about the drop? Gus. Gus does
Yeah.
get dressed up, but she
Gets gussied up.
She gets gussied up.
Yeah.
But that's because Gus is going to go have a night out with the boys.
The boys.
The boys. Sergio.
Best friends.
Best friend that I forgot their name.
Tough in the tough tones.
Tough and the Tough Tones, his husband, and Gus, the four
Amigos.
amigos. That's exactly right. And they're going to go have a night on the town because Sergio's divorce is now final.
That's right.
So got to go celebrate that, I guess. Amanda can't handle not talking about what happened, so she pulls Nancy aside, and Nancy's like, you know what? You want to know something? You want me to tell you? You want me to tell you something? when I was engaged to Frank Sr., I began to, be not so sure about things, and I found out that Frank Sr. was having a thing with Gus.
That's right. Also getting on Gus.
And you want in a different way. You want to know what I did? I pushed it aside, and I decided to still get married. That was the same thing. It was it was from the future. I decided I was still going to get married to him, and I am committed to those. Was committed to those vows even through that, and I just pushed all those feelings aside, and I suggest that you do the exact same thing. And so she does. She decides that she's going to send Sergio a voice memo and basically just say, I don't want to see you again. One of those situations. The drop is happening, and it turns out that everybody in town is less excited about the drop of the new pants.
Hello?
Buddy, how are you?
I'm back, baby.
Have you ever had a drop where you kind of...
yeah, we did a dictionary drop one time.
A dictionary drop?
I said words alphabetically until someone guessed the right word.
Can you give me an example?
Banana. Bandana.
So people are
just keep guess whenever you're ready. Balloon. Balrog.
Bonnaroo.
No, it's a word that I say. You got to wait for me to say it. When I say the right word, you say that's it. Okay?
Oh, okay, I got it.
Bird dog.
It's bird dog.
Ballyhoo. It isn't. Big ol'. Bickle. Bindle. Bandle. Blander. Bland. Bender. Blender.
Yeah!
That's how you got it. You got it. See, it's pretty straightforward. Dictionary drop.
Pretty good, actually.
My pants. I'm out of here.
All right, bye, buddy. God bless.
It's a dictionary drop.
It's less about the pants and more about the gossip, the buzz.
Yeah.
They're very
The
excited.
wine.
Yes, because the lady who puts on the drop every year, I forgot her name, I didn't write it down. I didn't actually anticipate her being important. She gets drunk and then she begins to spill all the tea of town because she is known for having every job under the sun. She works everywhere. She's always around and she knows everything. And so everybody just kind of listens in on all of this stuff. And it gets juicy. It gets juicy there, okay? And so May is there, and May begins to kind of get frustrated with the way that they're talking about her family and all this stuff. And so she speaks up, and she's like, y'all are up to no good. And she kind of comes clean about who she is, like what her actual story is, how she worked at Donkey.
Yeah, she worked at Donkeys.
Yeah, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And she begins to make people, like feel bad. And somehow it comes out, because Amanda went in and she was throwing up. And they're like, oh, Amanda must be pregnant because she wasn't drinking tonight.
Yeah.
But that isn't the case because apparently Frank Jr. had a vasectomy.
And didn't tell her.
A vasectomy and didn't tell anybody. It was a secret vasectomy. And didn't tell Amanda. So all these years where Amanda was like, guess we just can't have another kid. He had a vasectomy.
He had a vasectomy. He didn't want no part of another kid.
So that's tough. And that all comes out and Amanda walks out and is like, what? She can't believe that. And it's a bit of a mess. So she goes home and she's like, I don't want any part of this. Throughout this episode, you might be wondering, what is Frank Jr. doing? He's talking to Mr. Chicken.
Yeah.
Mr. Chicken is a big boy in chicken.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Chickenpreneur.
And he's kind of trying to get into the good graces of Mr. Chicken because that could be his thing. And so he goes home to tell her all about his day with Mr. Chicken.
Yeah.
And that is when she is like, hey, I know about your vasectomy. I know about your MS. And he's like, I'm not sorry.
What a guy, that Frank Jr.
Yeah. And he's like, you know what? I say I want to focus on the future.
Let's call the whole thing off.
I want to focus on the future. I don't know why you're trying to bring up the past. I want to focus on the future. That's what I want to do. And I want to do that with you. And the episode ends with her knocking on someone's door and asking if she can stay the night. Who is it? I I don't know.
I
but
think
that
it's
was
Abigail.
Chicken Sisters, episode 4.
Season
I got
1.
friends in low places. What?
Season 1. You always start with season 1, and you just decided today you weren't going to do it. Also, it's Kenneth and Patrick are the two. It's Gus, Sergio, Kenneth, and Patrick, and we did it. We did
do
it.
We did it. And Shauna's our legging lady.
Thank you.
Shauna, of
Thank
course.
you, everybody.
And the other thing you need to know is I do think it's Abigail. I think Lori Loughlin is showing up in this series.
The crossover nobody
crossover
wanted or asked for, but
that
let's
no
do
one
it.
wanted, asked for, needed, or needs to happen, but we're gonna do it. Yeah.
and then Gowan's gonna walk in and be like, "Isn't she doing better than she's
Abigail's
ever
from the
been?"
from the door. She's like, "Come on in, sweetie." And then Gowan walks down in a bathrobe.
What
Just
did he
is like,
say?
"Hey."
As fine as she's ever been.
As fine as
Yes.
she's ever been.
As fine as she's ever been.
Unbelievable.
And we felt that to our
Unbelievable.
core.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's
That'd be so
adult
funny.
entertainment for When Calls the Heart.
Yes, it certainly is.
It's crazy. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll break this episode down here on Deck the Hallmark. Welcome back, everybody. We're talking Chicken Sisters Season 1, Episode 4.
I've got friends in low places.
That's right. We do a little thing around here called the Hot Take.
We
It's where
do?
It's where we share our thoughts. We don't hold back, and sometimes those takes can be a little bit spicy. Let's see what we got going on today. Jax, let's start with you. What is your thoughts on Season 1, Episode 4?
I'm obsessed with this episode. This show keeps getting better and better. I love it. You know, if I go to a comedy show or theater, which now I'm losing my credibility for, but I do go.
When you go to the,
An
when you go to
Broadway theater.
when you go to
Off
the
Broadway.
theater by climbing through some hole somewhere.
You have to know a word at the door.
Yeah,
to
you
get
got to go
in.
through a puddle of
It's actually
mud.
Tickets are
It's awesome.
3
It's
for
actually-
1. Yeah.
It's actually true. But I'm a very loud laugher. I participate. But when I'm at home watching stuff, it takes a lot for me to actually laugh out loud. And when Shauna says the line, "Oh, I did a HIPAA again," I lost my gosh darn mind. I couldn't stop laughing. I think this episode is fantastic. I love how everything is going down with Amanda. I think her character is so fascinating. It's played with such skill. I like how we're seeing May have a little bit more depth. I'm just loving all of it. This whole thing with the drop this episode was just giving me life. I get so excited to watch this show, and I'm really glad at what Hallmark Plus is bringing me. More of this, please.
So I am less high on this episode than the other ones, but I will just say this. I do think that this show continues to get Southern culture right.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
couple of areas of getting it right in this episode. One, the whole like just push your feelings down is very Southern. Like you just push the feelings down, whatever frustration you have, just push it down, plow through, and you'll be okay. You'll get out on the other side.
Rub some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt on it. That's fine. And then the love of gossip. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
somehow in the good old Christian towns, the whole gossip thing just didn't translate. It's like that's just like a recommendation not to gossip because they love themselves some gossip. It's not gossip. I'm just telling you what I saw.
What I saw, what I heard, yeah.
Like this type of thing where a bunch of people get around for the drop. I 100% buy that is things that happen and would happen in this town. I was not interested in the amount of time that Frank Jr. and Chicken Man got. I didn't care about that at all. And then I understand what they were doing with Guts in this episode. I thought there was obviously some growing done by her, sticking up for her daughter, which I didn't mention in this analysis, but she does stick up for May in this episode when they're kind of talking, talking ish about, and like, hey, I love her. I can talk about her. You can't talk
That's
about
right.
her. Stuff like that.
That's a classic Southern. right there,
So like but I kind of missed Gus I wish Gus was at the drop. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I wish she was at the
yeah.
drop. I thought that would have been a lot of fun. But I will just say this show continues to surprise me. It continues to keep me interested and invested in these characters and how they're developing. I'm really interested in seeing who opens up that door, if it is, who we think it might be. That would be huge. But there's any number of people that it could be. I think they obviously want you to think it's Sergio. I don't.
There ain't no way.
I'd be shocked
no
if
way,
it
no
was
how.
Sergio, but also this show has continued to shock me. So we'll see what they do. There's other places that she could be going to Maze because she wants to talk to hey, this is the thing. I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I miss my family. There's things that they could do. It could be Gus. So there's many options. And we'll see where they go with it. But it's nice to have a show that has options. It's
do you
nice
think
go ahead.
Do you think it looked like Gus's house, though? That's what I was kind of ruminating on, because I didn't think it looked like. Maybe we
saw
don't
the
know.
inside of the door.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
know. I understand what you're saying. Because I feel like I would have if it was Gus. I feel like I would have recognized the door.
Clocked it, yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's to that point. It's just nice to have a show that I'm talking about
Yes.
with Jax that has options. I feel like we've talked about another show for a long time where it just feels like our hands are tied.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do. So it's nice. It's nice. Dano?
Yeah, I'm just not having the time that you guys are having, and I got to be honest. I know most people, what I'm about to say, would think this is true about most things, but for the first time, I think it's 100% me. I don't know what I want from this show. I know that I don't particularly care, and it's not because of the acting. The acting's great, and the characters are continuing to develop. But this, you would think this episode would have all the markers of something that I would really enjoy, and I'm just kind of bored. And I don't know if it's normally when I don't like something that Hallmark puts out, it's either A, this is ridiculous, they could have done a way better job, or it's B, I really wanted this to happen and it didn't happen. With this show, I don't think they can do a better job than they're doing. But I also, A, don't know or have a rooting interest. I don't have a single solitary rooting interest in something happening on this show. I can't point to one thing and go, I hope that Sergio and Skylar get together. I don't care if I don't. That's not high on my list. I hope Frank Jr. gets his act together. I hope Mimi's. I don't have a single hope for the show. And there's shows I watch where I don't know. I don't have a care what's going to happen, but I'm fascinated to see what they bring me next. I don't really have that either. And so I know this is kind of a Debbie Downer of a hot take, but I don't think at this point there's anything they can do differently than what they're doing. It's just not charring my tree. It's not grabbing me. It's not doing it for me. And I can't tell you why, but I would love to hear what your rooting interests are in this show, because I fundamentally have none. I don't have one.
I will.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think that's any of the criticism I've seen about their show online is that no one's likable. But I think that's kind of part of I
think it's part of the show.
It's like there's no one to I have a hard time finding a person to root for because everybody's clearly got some trauma going on there, and so it's like where the other shows that we watch, there's clearly hey, this is I'm going to cheer for this person. I don't know who I'm cheering for.
It's so unfortunate that people who are watching this just can't seem to want to see people that are multifaceted and not just one dimensional. No. It's just funny that criticism is I completely disagree. I think everyone on this show, with the exception of Frank Jr., is very likable. They just are people who make mistakes and are real people.
I think my favorite shows of all time, there are some exceptions, West Wing being an exception. I think that the best shows of all time have no characters that are just 100% good,
right?
Or 100%. I think they're all in the middle somewhere. They're trying their best. I think that's part of what makes something real. So,
right.
But when you're saying vested interest, I want to see Sergio plow Amanda's field. I want to see
Oh my
May.
gosh. I don't know if we
I'm
can
sorry.
say that.
It's just the
right.
truth.
All right. May has a
sweeten her
field
tea.
upstate New York. It's not what you
It's
think it
getting
is.
out of control.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
there's-
Oh wait,
This
did I
is-
say May? I meant Amanda.
Amanda
Sorry,
has
I
a
meant
field
Amanda.
in upstate New York.
Amanda.
It's not what you
I'm
think
sorry.
it is. It's completely
not what you
above
think it
board.
is.
It just no one's
Completely
farmed the
above board.
field, and it needs to be. That's all that she's saying. Go ahead.
I want to see the two sisters connect on their own, but like through a little bit of humor and not too like sugary, syrupy sweet. And then I want to see by the end of the season that there's a moment where the Wendy Malick and her daughters can connect ever so briefly. And I want to see Leah Thompson and Amanda solidify that their relationship is the important relationship. Frank Jr. can go kick rocks.
Yeah. So those last three, I all am like awesome, great. I like. I'm serious. That sounded
awesome.
very sarcastic, but really, truly great. The first one, Sergio and Amanda, that's the one that I think I'm hung up on because I think I'm supposed to want that. I think I'm supposed to want to see these two characters get together, Fields or what have you, but I just don't. It's not that I think Frank Jr. is terrible, and I think she should leave him. Like yesterday, I think she should leave him. But I also know in the book he's dead, and I know that he's not supposed to be a real part of this love triangle. I'm not saying it because I'm like she should stay with her husband. No, girl, leave now. Like
Girl, leave.
He's trash.
Dan Thompson.
Leave. My problem is I don't have that strong of like they have good chemistry, but nothing in me this week is like, man, is Amanda and Sergio going to happen this week? It's Jax, it's me. It just I don't know what it is about this show that's not. There's nothing about it that's really drawing me in and being like, what can I see this week that I'm really pulling
There's nothing
for?
plowing your field.
There's nothing plowing my field.
Nothing sweetening your tea.
That's right.
No, nothing sweet my tea. That's right.
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
It's time for all the feels where we talk about what in this episode gave us feels, Jax.
Look, I know that Sergio is a good-looking man, but he didn't really do it for me personally until I saw him do karaoke, and I'm like, are we a musical theater man? Loved that for him. Then my other two big feels of this episode. Well, one, I'm just obsessed with Shauna, but that's just overall huge feels for her. Her selling her gosh darn leggings. Do you guys know LuLaRoe, the legging company, Live Laugh
Yes.
Leggings?
Yes.
The big documentary where the leggings smelled, you could see through them. Do I have 4 pairs? Absolutely, I do. I just thought that was amazing. And then May, we're seeing how she had to grow up and not only take care of her family when she was a kid, but that she's been secretly sending her mom money since she left town, and her mom's thinking it's from this fan company. I mean, and then her big monologue at the end that Genevieve handled masterfully when she's like, yeah, this is who I am, and I wasn't proud of who I am. I'm going to come clean. I mean, girl, Genevieve's got an MFA, and you can tell she is working it.
What's an MFA?
Master of Fine
Master
Arts.
of Fine Arts.
Oh,
A mild attitude.
can you believe I didn't know it? Can you believe it? Yeah, I'll say this. I anticipated something happening in this episode that was going to be like, this is dumb. I can't believe they did this. And then they didn't do it. They have Amanda send Sergio a voice memo.
I thought they were going to do a bit
Which
where,
is a wait what, but
yes,
sending a
huge.
voice memo, and I anticipated the classic Hallmark thing to happen where somebody's listening in on her do that.
Frank Jr. hears it.
Or
Yeah.
whatever, or when Sergio listens to it, somebody else hears
Or
it.
she accidentally sends it to Frank Jr.
Yes.
by accident. Yeah.
And none of
something
it
stupid.
happens.
Yeah.
None of it happens. It turns out in 2024, people do just know how to do voice memos. And so that's nice. And I was like, okay, cool. The trappings that typically get fallen into on these shows isn't happening here. And I like that. I appreciated it. Dana?
Easily, it's Gus sticking up for her daughters, with whom she is estranged. It's the Southern equivalent of Darth Vader throwing the Emperor down the shaft there. Like, I've been kicking my son's butt all movie. Oh, you're now hurting my son? you're going to die. And I loved that scene very, very much. That's the closest I had to feeling something watching this.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm
There
doing
you
my best. I'm
go.
trying. I always try.
He always tries.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with the wait what and the chicken fry. Here on Take the
Take the
Hallmark. Welcome back, everybody. How are we? We're doing well? I hope so. I hope you're doing well.
Great, man.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's Friday. Celebrate.
Friday.
It's time for the wait what. So we're going to talk about what in this episode. It's going what, Jax?
I have 3 for this episode. I think this is just because I wasn't properly paying attention when they were the little girl.
candelabra, Calabasas, caller, calves, kefir, cephalopod,
2 more.
cowboy, cowgirl, calligraphy.
1 more.
Call your mother.
Okay. You've jumped a shark. You were close.
Koi pond. Koi, Carol the Bells.
Yes!
Hey, there it is. You got it.
Continue, Jax.
Sorry.
Guys, usually when there's a bit, I can at least kind of follow where it's coming from. That time, I think that was the most blown away I've ever been, and I enjoyed every second of it.
Thanks.
But was totally so thank you for that.
You guess the word, Jax. Whenever you think it's the word, you guess it.
Yeah, so
Yes.
so one person has the
Sorry.
dictionary turns
you.
to
Is
yeah.
Sorry.
reading words out of the dictionary, and
It's
whenever
something you
they
need to
get,
experience in person.
you got it.
to
Once
get
you
it.
Definitely.
do it, yes, that's right.
I definitely need to experience in person.
It's a dictionary.
The,
What is it? What was that? What it was?
No,
I don't remember.
It was a
Something
something
else.
Oh, it was a drop.
It was a dictionary drop. Yes, of
Yes.
course. Yeah.
So the actress Genevieve is 5 years younger than Skylar. Her playing the older sister wasn't clear to me, even though May is older in the book. I'm sure they've told us that in the show, but I did in this episode realize it when May was telling Amanda about how things were when she was little. I think these 2 actresses look very close in age, and it's not a problem. I just didn't realize. So I did go wait what out loud. My other 2 are, okay, so Shauna, I love her. She's a great businesswoman. She pretends to be drunk so that she can air out all this dirty laundry and so people will come to the drop. That's really fun. Then we find out, though, that she's not drunk, but that just confused me why she revealed the vasectomy thing, because that very much felt like it popped out because she was really wasted at that point. So I wonder if that was because I feel like
She was
everything else
wasted
was
on
curated.
power.
I think that's
it's
my-
the
Yeah.
power.
That's my big wait what of this episode, which is
Yeah.
if she's not drunk that whole time, why is she deciding this is the night to share everyone's secrets? And is it strategic? And how is it strategic? And aren't you now just a mercenary of information? Like, are you just the worst person?
I think it is strategic in that everyone's like, oh, we have to go to the drop because she'll be drunk and she'll spill secrets. But the way she was spilling the other ones, I was like, oh, you know what you're saying. It's all like fun, hot goss. But the vasectomy felt like, oh, shoot, I shouldn't have said that. I only said that because I was wasted. And that's the one that didn't make sense to me.
And why would you share that sober or drunk unless you were doing it on purpose? Like, she's sharing all of this on purpose.
100%. And the rest of the stuff felt sort of innocuous to me, and I thought it was kind of fun, but that was harsh. And then the final one is, look, you know, I love my girl Rukia. I think she deserved that job over May. But that's just not how it works. It wasn't like necessarily she was going to get that job. And I know, I literally I tape my auditions with a friend. Sometimes we go in for the same stuff. And I went to tape with her yesterday. I was like, you should text your manager and make sure that you get this audition too. You're really good for it. Like, it's not like they were going head to head. I didn't like how, can I feel like it was like an awkward thing? Sure. Also, Rukia Bernard never would have worn that horrific outfit that she was wearing in the second part of the Hamptons thing. Like, it was too flashy. It's like Southern people's idea of what New Yorkers dress like, not actual New Yorkers. So that was
anytime anybody has something that they think is, and everybody else thinks is too expensive, it's just Hollywood or New York down here.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, you just went all New York
You
on
went
us,
on
huh?
New York, huh?
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Get out of here. there are 2 instances of voice memos or talk to text in this episode. There's never been one so far in the show, and they utilized the heck out of it in this episode. Very important stuff, too. Like, it's not just like, hey, I'm running a little bit late.
That's right.
See it a little bit. It's, I slept with you, and it was a mistake.
I need to go back.
Very important stuff. Hey, I want to tell you everything about who I am now. I've been lying to you for our entire lives. It's just very juicy stuff to put into a voice memo.
I'm sure there are some people who that's how they feel comfortable doing that. I just can't imagine I can't imagine doing it personally. I can't, I want to see somebody in the eyes when I give any information like that. And then secondary, I guess I want to read it. Of starting a voice memo where you don't know what you're going to say and then working through your feelings on.
But it's also, if that's you, you do that for everything. Like,
That's right.
I know voice memo people, and they do nothing but voice memos. And we just didn't. This is the first
they
time
just
we've
popped
seen
a
a
voice memo out for this very important information.
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
And that's great.
I'm not, but wouldn't you do that? Wouldn't we see that in the character for 4 episodes, though?
Unless she's just really gotten into it.
Yeah.
You know, because there was a day when I wasn't voice memoing at all, and then everything changed, and now I'm just voice memoing
There's
up a storm.
before voice memo, and there's after.
Yep.
Yeah.
BVM.
And then just like, oh, it's just right there. Huh? I just
That's right.
tap it and I talk. It's pretty crazy. It's nuts. So, and yeah,
Jax, you've sent me a voice memo, and I'm now trying to think of what it was about. It was about something
I think
serious.
I think it was pretty rambling. You
it
know
was
who's
something
a?
serious, though.
Oh wait, was it?
That pertained
Was it-
to the podcast, but it was something we can talk about it off.
I've got a voice memo.
Wait, was it? Was it? Yeah, I'm a voice memo girly. You know who? Friend of the pod, who's a bit 2 big voice memo girlies. Friends of the pod. Aaron Cahill, Britt Bristow. You just talk it out.
Just talk it out. There you go.
We should send a collective voice memo to them and just be like, hey,
They would love it.
We talked about you on
We
the show
talked about
today.
you.
Hope
We're
you're doing
talking it
well.
out. That's right.
Talking it out. Jax told us this is the way you like to talk, communicate with people. Oh, this is okay. The question that I had about the drop was it seems like very clear that no one actually cares about the leggings. Right? It's like
except for my favorite local lesbian, who I love.
Sure.
That town.
Yeah.
She cares about the leggings.
I think my thing was like, is she doing the what everybody considers the drop to push to, because that's the only way that she can actually sell leggings. But it was like I felt like for the most part people were like whatever about the leggings. I don't know if it was like people were going nuts about the leggings. I think I would understand it more.
Yeah.
But it seemed like
It's
little
not
bit.
about the leggings.
It's not about the
not
leggings.
about the leggings.
It's not about the leggings.
Yeah.
Dana?
Yeah, so I get that the show is only 42 minutes long, and so you can only establish so much character, but Sergio is not best friends with Kenneth and Patrick. Just out of nowhere. This guy gets divorced, and they act as though these 3 people have been hanging out for 4 straight episodes, and they just fundamentally have not been hanging out for 4 episodes.
It's that friend group.
It's the classic Kenneth, Patrick, Sergio, and Gus occasionally.
Gus. Sometimes Gus.
Did
Gus
that
is
not
around.
strike you as odd, Jax?
Yeah, not only that, it's like I figured I just must have missed something because I guess he's staying
Yeah,
on
he's
their
crashing
couch.
on it. Like,
yeah.
my thing is that you've got to establish that. Like, Sergio wanting to hang out with his friends makes sense. We know these 2 people. They've not interacted. They've had opportunities. Kenneth has been in Mimi's and Franny's. They've had opportunities to interact and have said nothing to each other. They're best friends? No, stop it. Hey, imagine that your significant other cheats on you.
Yeah.
And then the following day proposes to you and you say yes.
Yeah. That's tough.
Imagine that being a thing that happens, because I certainly cannot. Jax is looking like she has something to say. I certainly cannot.
Share your truth, Jax.
It
Share your truth.
It didn't happen to me. There is someone I know that after an indiscretion, he got engaged a month later because then he was like really sure that he wanted to be with
a
her.
month later, you've talked it
Yeah, but not
out.
the next day. Not the
You've
next
been
day.
honest. You have an affair in the evening, and the next day, not the next evening, she said the
With
next
Gus.
day, you drop down on
With
one
the
knee.
enemy. With
The enemy. With the other chicken restaurant. And
Sleeping
then
with the enemy.
let's ballpark 12 to 15 hours later, you propose, and your girlfriend says yes. What in the world? That's wild. That's crazy town.
Yeah.
That's out there. And then lastly, your friend gets divorced. This is the first day they're divorced. Your best bud. We all know they're best friends. You take them out to a bar. They just got divorced. They're probably needing some company. You sign them up for karaoke without asking. And you have them sing a love ballad. Seems mean-spirited. It seems mean-spirited. You just finalized something that was a huge part of your life. It's like phantom pain. It's like a limb you no longer have.
They make him sing.
What if we go to
him and his
karaoke?
ex-wife's first dance song?
What if you sing "She's Got Away" by Billy Joel? What if you sing "Total Eclipse of the Heart"? What if you sing another heartbreaking? Like, you didn't even ask him. And I get it.
Definitely should have sang a breakup song.
Yeah, and
Definitely should have
But
sang
I
a
also
breakup
think the thing is they clearly are trying to get him a number, which it works. Like, they're being good wingmen. But he got divorced today, gang. You can't sign him up for karaoke, have him sing a love ballad when he just got divorced. The day he got divorced, can you?
Jax, can
I
you?
mean, I enjoyed the heck out of it,
Sure.
but it is a little mean-spirited, Dan. I would agree with you.
Okay.
Dilettante,
Yep.
derby,
Right.
dobby,
No.
donut, dork, doorknob, door, difficult.
Can I stop you right there?
Dimension.
Are you under the
Yeah.
impression that doorknob is before door?
I'm reading the dictionary, but not in order. That's what makes it a dictionary drop.
I didn't know that was what made it.
Donut, the other one, not the O-N, the O-U-G-H.
Right.
Decal. Decathlon. Decathlon. Decathlon, Jax. Decathlon.
Decatur?
Jack still doesn't get the game, and that makes me sad.
No. When I said I got the game before and I was nodding and smiling and laughing, it was just because
It's
I
a
wanted the
defense
conversation
mechanism.
to end so that
Yes.
I could talk.
That's
Okay,
right.
so
it's
it's
a defense mechanism, and I
so-
did it. Rick didn't interrupt you, and we've been working with him on that.
So
It's-
imagine you have a dictionary.
That's right.
Right?
There is a word.
Imagine this. You look at the dictionary and you pick a word.
That's right.
Okay? And you say,
Yes.
this is the word.
This is the
And
word.
then the other person
Is reading words.
Yes.
And you're trying to guess the word.
yeah, they're trying to guess the word.
Okay. Sounds fun.
We'll invite you to the next dictionary.
It's a
drop.
dictionary drop. Once you
We'll
get it in
invite you.
person, you'll get it.
We'll invite you.
I can't wait, marathon baby.
It's just actually 25 hours of dictionary
It's
drops.
a dictionary drop.
It's pretty
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, it's chicken fried.
Yeah, it
it's time to
is.
talk about what in this episode made us chicken,
Chicken or
fried. It's clear as crystal.
Yeah.
Jax.
You know that phrase, when you have a hammer, every problem becomes a nail? Isn't that a phrase?
Dang, that's good.
Yes, that is. It's something like that. If that's not the phrase, it's very close.
No, I'm not sure if this is going to translate correctly, but I'll bring this every episode I can. But as a queer woman, maybe I'm just looking for queer characters everywhere I go. But I'm like, is Gus gay? Is the daddy who runs the Hard app with 2 Ds, is he gay and going to get with Frank Jr.? Is this leggings woman gay? I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying that. But what I will say, so that got me all fried.
Sure.
But what got me chickened was
I don't think she understands the segment. Elephant.
wait, what is
Elevator. No, we're not doing it. Go ahead, Jack.
wait, what so and then chicken, I'm getting scared because I don't want the app Hard with 2 Ds to be an app that's like Grindr. Nothing wrong with Grindr, love Grindr, but Hard was creeping me out.
Love
Am
Grindr.
I not understanding this segment? Chicken of the
No,
week,
no,
I'm
I'm
still
supposed to
confused
choose
on.
one or the other. It's a bad segment,
Oh,
Jax.
okay.
because
No,
it doesn't
you
make
don't
any
say.
sense. I just choose Franny's or Mimi's, and I'm switching to Franny's this week.
For what purpose?
Because I just decided it's Franny's this week. Bran, are you chicken or fried?
Thank you for asking. I am 100% fried on, and not in a good way, over fried. I'm over fried on Frank Jr. Any hope I had for Frank Jr. was thrown out when this man looked at his wife and said, "I'm not sorry, ma'am." Like, go shove it in a dirty box.
Please do.
Go shove it in a dirty box. And you got mad about the field plowing thing earlier.
Yeah, oh my gosh,
I didn't
Brand.
get mad. I didn't get mad. I'm sorry. What I'm trying to say is go kick rocks.
Go
That's
shove
what
it
I'm
in a
trying to
dirty
say.
box.
Go shove it in a dirty
no,
box. Who do you think you are? I am.
So many ways out of there.
That's
and you-
crazy.
No,
That's
honestly,
a crazy thing to say.
Bran, that was hard to watch because she was sitting there not even angry, so vulnerably and hurt. And for him not to even say, like, well, I'm sorry I hurt you, but I made the right decision for me. But he wouldn't give her anything. He sucks.
He's not sorry in any way, shape, or form.
Shove it in a dirty box.
Shove it in a dirty box.
That sounded worse.
Let's put that on a shirt. I think it'll take
No,
off.
thank you.
It's time for Chicken of the Week. It's where we dive deep into the life of
Yeah,
a
it is.
chicken that has been submitted to us at hello@takethehallbread.com. We celebrate all sorts of different chickens here. We tell their stories. And occasionally, so far, we've had the farmers or farmesses
That's right.
join us to talk about it. What do we have today?
We have Delilish. Delilish. And then under it just says, and I believe I'm saying this right, she's a good'un. She's a good'un. GOOD apostrophe UN.
Right.
She's a good'un.
Right.
Delilish.
Right.
Is this baby Jack?
No.
It is not. Okay.
It's not.
All right. Who is it then? Hello?
Me?
Who am I speaking
me.
with?
Oh, me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Pharmacist Juicy. Pharmacist Juicy.
Farmess S Juicy?
Yep.
Like a juicy apple?
Yep.
Okay. And
Birth name.
That's your birth name.
Yeah.
Of course, I wouldn't ask otherwise. Do you nominated Delilish?
I did.
Is that a spelling error or is that the chicken's name?
That's the chicken's name.
Great. And she is a good one.
She's a good. You know what makes her good? And
What makes a good one?
every day, I walk around the field. No, that's sorry.
Are you getting emotional?
Yeah, because what she does for me is so special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Speak your truth, Juicy.
did you ever go to high school?
Yeah. Yeah. I did attend.
Do you remember in high school when you would have those friends that just got you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they would stab you in the back?
It sounds like you remember that.
And then they would take fire to your house? They would
Yeah.
light it on fire, the whole thing would burn down?
Now it sounds like a crime. What? I don't. No. To answer your question, no, Juicy. That is not.
Delilah is the type of chicken that if your house was on fire from your high school friend would come right over and take that fire and go bye-bye.
Take that fire, go bye-bye. Now, she is a chicken, correct?
But it's the heart.
It's the heart.
It's the heart of the chicken.
Okay. Okay. Juicy, thank you so
And
much
real
for
quick,
calling.
Susie, if you're out there, I hate you.
Yeah, this is more
I
about that, I think,
hate
than
you.
about the chicken.
And it's Karma's a bee, and his name is me. What is it? What's Taylor saying? Karma's a guy. Karma's me.
Okay.
It's a guy over there on the street. What's the?
I think you got
Aaron,
it.
are you there?
I think you got it. I think you got
Aaron,
it, Juicy.
what's the lyric?
That is, you got it. I think you nailed it.
Karma's-
Karma's a bee. It's me. Karma's the guy on the street. I think you got it. I think that is exactly what Taylor Swift says, and we can take that to the bank. Thank you, Juicy.
Thank you, Juicy. I hated hearing that story, though. That was sad.
Yeah, it really was.
It's really sad. Jax, you got something to say?
Jax is like, I couldn't be more done with this. It's 4
No,
o'clock.
no,
Get me
no,
out of
no.
here.
No. I'm loving it. I think the first week I was like, oh, this is a bit we do this week because we don't have anyone writing in yet. And then we'll have a, kind of like a what's calling my heart chicken of the week. And it's someone talking about what they were scared about that week or something. But I'm actually loving getting to hear
You
from all
thought
these
that
different
the chicken
chickens.
of the week wasn't about chickens?
Jax,
And you
you're
don't understand the dictionary drop game.
Jax, you're typically really smart.
Really
this
sharp.
is one of
Right, I know. I just can't.
this is one of your dumbest moments.
It's on me. Honestly,
record.
it's on me. It's
It
all on me.
is.
But I'm
And we weren't gonna
enjoying
say
hearing
anything,
from
but-
all these chickadees. I'm enjoying it, and it's particularly this last one. I really felt something for Juicy.
Yeah, me too. I felt something too.
Shove it in a dirty hole, Brand. Good gosh, man.
Empowered. I felt empowered.
So what do we need to do to end this episode?
We'll be back next time with another one. Until then, may the first of which you
Merry Christmas! Deck the
Hallmark.
Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.